Hello everyone, HuskeyNinja here, and today I'm going to let you guys all know about the great things I did last year in 2016 that I'd never done before. Either it was due to my nerves or I didn't know how to do it. Starting it off was in September last year, on September 25th and 24th and 25th of September, I was at Northampton Comic Con and I performed on stage in the cosplay contest, which was the first time I ever performed on stage without getting stage fright or super nervous. Yes, I do suffer from stage fright. It's starting to get better now, as I messaged one of the judges who's a friend of mine, who was one of the judges, and I told her I'm really nervous being on stage, as in 2015 when I was on stage, my nerves got the better of me. And if she had any tips that helped me to overcome that. And her tips really helped me for both the 24th and 25th. And on September 24th, I was in my Luca Megarine, or as some people say Megarine, cosplay. And I actually performed on stage doing a little bit of Luca Night Fever, as a few weeks before the convention I found out the creator of the song Luca Night Fever, as well as quite a few of the whole night series of Vocaloid songs, where each Vocaloid has like their own night song, and also the creator of the song called Promise, that is a Miku and Rin song. He died in 2015 on September 24th. Now, I really enjoyed his music, so I thought, what better way than to do my Luca Megarine cosplay on September 24th and do Luca Night Fever as a tribute to him. So I did that on September 24th, and loads of people really liked my cosplay, even though I was the only Vocaloid there. And on day 2 I wore my Tsunade cosplay, and I was in a group on day 2 with Tales of the Gutsy cosplayer, who was Jiraiya. Put a link down below in the description to his Facebook page, as he doesn't have a channel yet. And we were going to do a scheduled act of the last time Jiraiya and Tsunade see each other, but we then changed it to an improv random performance with a punch that looked like a proper punch to the audiences and the judges, when it was actually a show punch that stopped here. And we ended up coming second in group. And I found out that he had never won in a contest before, like placed, and it was the first time ever for me. So we were both shocked when they said his name, and then they also went, and HuskeyNinja, second in group. And we were just like, they just said our names, so we were super stoked and shocked at the same time, and it was loads of fun. And so in 2016, after I auditioned for Chaos X's MMD series. If you don't know what MMD is, it's Miku Miku Dance, made with 3D models on a computer program of the Vocaloid and Utaruloid characters. Episode 1 of it is on YouTube at the moment, but on my channel I have it in the series I'm voice acting in, so it's like its own little playlist of things I'll be in. As straight after that, I saw in the recommended videos a tryout for a channel that's voice acting, and I thought, because I really enjoyed doing voice acting for Aya and also my tryout for Chaos X, I thought I'll just try out because you never know. And I got into that channel, as a new voice actor, but I'm not in anything for them yet, as I'm still learning. As include my vocal ranges I can do. And then when they asked me to practice doing an accent, I found out by doing an accent, the only accent I can do is Sarah's Victoria from Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate. So I let one of the other people out of the group, or on the channel, hear it in a conversation with them I was having about what they recommend for me to practice with. And they said to me, go in a casting call and try for something that's Hellsing or Hellsing Ultimate, which I did. And there's a reason why my voice acting practice playlist at the moment is mainly Sarah's Victoria, and I won't say too much about it apart from that, as the scripts for that fandom is still being wrote by the person who is running it, as I got the part on castingcall.net or .com, and yeah, I've also been cast in 2 other projects, one of which I'm doing 2 characters, the other one I'm doing 1 character, maybe 2 if I can get the voice of another character right, or close to. But yeah, also in the Vocaloid MMD series that's made by Chaos X, I voiced the Utaruloid Momo. Even though I only have like a couple lines in episode 1, I'm still really, really happy with how it turned out. I was really nervous I was going to sound wrong and not suitable for her character type, as I've done a slight Katie Higgins Sakura Haruno voice, but not like screechy or irritating. It's more like a comforting big sister tone I used. So yeah, I've been doing that all last year. Well, those are my good things I did last year. And if any of you read Neo magazine, I just grabbed the latest issue. I love this magazine because it has anime, manga, and the cosplay section, as well as a manga drawing school. But on their Facebook page, they asked people for their for their New Year's resolutions, and I'm not the best at keeping mine because I always give myself loads. On page 54 of issue 158, you actually see HuskeyNinja, and mine is the largest New Year's resolution. So yeah, all my New Year's resolutions, and it's just basically for me to overcome my stage fright a bit more. I'm just briefly telling you guys what I wrote to them. Overcome my stage fright, improve my sewing, read more manga, watch more anime, learn a little bit more Japanese, listen to more Vocaloid songs and songs by Sid, Akira, and Wagaki Band that I wasn't able to listen to while I was working on my Luca cosplay. Because I had to listen to just Luca Night Fever over and over and over. So I'd have the song and the bass tune memorized in the back of my head. And working on my next cosplay I hope to be able to do for Northampton Comic Con 2017. Now, that cosplay is for a character that I love and has a 12 episode long anime, and I have my first anime figurine of her, but not of the outfit I'm going to try and do as a cosplay. And in English she's voiced by Jessica Negri, and that is Super Sonico. As I figure from doing where I'm not used to wearing skirts. I'm normally a trouser person and shorts. So I figured, because I want to eventually be able to do Sarah's Victoria as a cosplay. So I thought, before I could reach there because of the length of her skirt, gradually work my way to that length. So to help me get used to like the length of a skirt, I thought do my favourite Vocaloid, or my favourite female Vocaloid, which was the first ever Vocaloid I actually heard of, which was Luca Megarine. And then, because her slit of the skirt helps me realize, like, gets me used to wearing shorter things and trousers, and a little bit shorter than my shorts that I own. And I thought that'll help me get used to that and help my confidence a bit more. And then I thought, for next year I want to do, well, this is what I was saying to myself last year, was next year I want to do a new character, because I want to have two characters that have several outfits to choose from for them both. So if there's another new character I want to do, I can, but I don't have quite enough skills or funds for that, I can go back and do the other outfits for them. So one of them is Luca Megarine, who has loads of outfits, and the other one is Super Sonico. I have made her earphone parrots, similar to how I did my Luca Megarine ones, but I used duct tape, which is silver and shiny, on cardboard. And I have to buy a new shorter pink wig for her, which I'm going to graduate. I hope to get one where it's like palish white hair, then gradually goes down to a different shade of pink. And I still have to get her shoes and everything else for her. And like with all my cosplays, I'm not wearing contacts. And I can just about do like false lashes and my makeup. But actual thing on the eye, no. So I'm not going to try and risk contact lenses. As you'll see, like with Luca, you'll see images of her with brown eyes, and at times when Sarah Victoria's eyes are red, they look more brown. And especially when I do Tsunade, or Lady Tsunade from Naruto, I just use my eyes and my hair, which you can tell how much it's grown since September. And yeah, I also hope to be able to be in a Vocaloid cosplay group, and also do a Vocaloid cosplay Q&A where you get asked questions and you answer them as the characters you're cosplaying. So I hope I'll be able to do that, as well as do a group act in a cosplay contest again. So yeah. And before any of you ask by the Pokeball cushion, no, I've not played Pokemon Sun and Moon, as my money, or my funds now, are mainly going to cosplay. And at the moment, so yeah. And when I tend to buy video games, I wait like a year to 2 years after they come out for the price drop. So I know I get my money's worth. So yeah. I also want to thank as well. I want to thank each and every one of you for the 84 subscribers. When I started my channel, which is around when my first ever video upload, it's around the time I first started to do my first ever convention, really, of me, which was in the Merlin Q&A panel in Birmingham MCM, with as much as I could record on a 3DS. And since then, I never knew, when I started like as well doing my makeup videos and that, I never knew that one day I'd reach this many subscribers. I know I don't upload as much as a lot of YouTubers do, where it's like daily, but a lot of that is due to thinking of like what you guys will enjoy to watch, and with my cosplay makeup videos, what characters to do, and any time to practice those. And also working on new ideas for for my channel as well as managing my Cosplay Amino page, DeviantArt page, Facebook page, and also now my Instagram page, which I'm still learning how to use Instagram. So I have all of that as well. And I'm constantly trying out for things. I like, on average, I am trying to audition for things on casting call approximately 5 times a day. I mean, not a day, a month. Due to my vocal range for my voice acting is a little bit limited. I'm so new to it all. So I have to go to where my strengths are, which isn't easy. And when I try and do Yang as well, for if I try out for anything that's Ruby, let's just say I end up hearing Yang and Cinder at the same time. So yeah. And yeah, 2016 overall had been a really good year for me. And I also learned how to sew through leather using fishing wire, so it's got a bit stretch to it. And on Christmas as well, my mom and my stepdad really have helped me out with my cosplay, as I only asked for one foam head for Christmas, so I'm not constantly putting my wigs on a Hello Kitty Pez head storage that holds whole packets of Pez sweets, because I was using that to hold my wigs on, but now I don't have to, as I now own 2 foam heads, upon which on both of them I have drawn the outside corner of the eye, similar to how I do my makeup with eyeliner, and the eyebrows. So if I have a wig which has a fringe that like fully covers the face, I can like see where my actual eyebrows are in terms of level. I'll just grab one so I can show you. Sorry this video is not as good as my other ones, but both my foam heads I've drawn on how I do my eyeliner, and also how the line for my eyebrows, as well as the spatial gap as well. So when I'm cutting, I know like where the eye level is through the wig hairs and where my eyebrows are. So if the hairstyle for characters a certain way, I can like easily style it a bit more. So it's like more like the characters. And as I said about Supersonico, I got my first ever figurine in September of the Easter Bunny Bikini Supersonico, which comes in one of 2 colors, blue and yellow, which to me didn't look right with Supersonico's hair, and her pink and white one, where her bottoms and details in pink, and all like the bunny detailed textured parts are all white, which looks super cute, which I have next to my TV. I have also been working out dances to do for my channel, but I still have to practice the first one quite a few more times. And I'm also just started watching Revolutionary Girl Utena in sub, as the only way I can find it in dub is the video working normal speed, but the voices, the audio for the dub working normal speed, but the animation is like scenes behind it. So I'm watching it in sub, which those of you who know from my anime review preview thoughts video series, I'm a fan of both sub and dub. So I've been watching it like that. And I've also been watching Kiss Him Not Me, which is about a fujoshi who starts off as a plus size, and then after witnessing the death of her favorite anime character, she just stays in her room, and when she comes out, she is like princessy shoujo elegance and cuteness. And when she goes to school, she finds that the 4 boys she secretly ship together are all fighting over her for affection. And that's as much as I say without spoiling it, but I highly recommend the series. It's both sweet and comical, and slice of life as well. And it does reference other anime, as in one episode you actually see references for Attack on Titan, which I think is really cool. They even got like the shields down perfectly as well. And also in one episode it mentions Black Butler as well. Speaking of Black Butler, I bought series 2 on box set, as well as, so I have series 1 and 2 box set. Still looking for the Book of Circus and the Book of Murder joint box set to get. And this year, which I hope will be released around the world, even if it's just in sub, is Black Butler Book of the Atlantic, which at the end of Book of Murder stops just as a carriage. It was like halfway through book 11 roughly, as it was going to be a TV series like series 1 to Book of Circus and Book of Murder, but due to where it gets more graphical with details and scenes, that would be unsuitable for that, because they want to put as much detail from the manga in. They've made it into a full-on anime movie. So I highly recommend, if you guys know where it's going to be shown, to go see it, because from the trailers alone it looks amazing. So yeah. And also, I recently found out as well of things coming out in 2017 that Gintama, Full Metal Alchemist, and Tokyo Ghoul are again the live action treatment in Japan. As loads of people knew about the Ghost in the Shell live action film, especially where it had its special press release, where they had the costumes, even the mangaka behind Ghost in the Shell was there, and he approves of the casting and the film. But I will do a theory video of what storyline I think could be taking place in that another day. But after I found about that, I saw that Full Metal Alchemist, Tokyo Ghoul, Gintama, as well as another Death Note Japanese live action film, are all coming out next year. And each one looks amazing, especially with the bits to detailing. But a few of my friends are a bit concerned about the Tokyo Ghoul live action film due to how they changed, I think it's Kaneki's mask. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the character's name. I have not seen Tokyo Ghoul at all. I'm more of a shoujo and Naruto and Hellsing Ultimate girl, as well as Black Butler and Vampire Knight. Speaking of Vampire Knight, Matsuri Hina this year, 2017, is releasing a new bunch of Vampire Knight books, which fill in that 1,000-year gap that's shown at the end of Vampire Knight. So it's like how Yuki's raised her 2 daughters. Her life was 0. And I'm really looking for that, as I love her Vampire Knight series, as well as her 2-book-long series, Shuriken and Bleats. And if any of you are like oh, I won't bother the Vampire Knight manga due to the anime. I highly recommend you check out the manga. You have more in the manga. Yuki's not as annoying in it as the anime. They had to skip some scenes and alter some compared to the manga, but I really enjoy both, including the Vampire Knight musical, which had the singer Akira as Kaname Kuron in an all-female cast. So yeah, hopefully this year is going to be as fun as last year, and I hope each and every one of you has an amazing 2017. And I hope to get my theory video about the Ghost in the Shell live action movie storyline out in either 2 weeks time or 4 weeks time, depending on how well my researching goes. So this is HuskeyNinja signing off on my look back in 2016 and things I'm looking forward to for 2017. And thank you again, each and every one of you, for the 84 subscribers and for all your support.